Hi and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to show you how you can create children's storybooks in no time using Librava.ai. So let's get started. First thing you need to do is to create an account at Librava.ai. In my case I already have one, so I'm just going to click on Go to Studio. Once in the Librava Studio, what we need to do is to create a new project. So I'm just click New Project here. And since I would like to publish my book on Amazon KDP, I would like to make sure that my book is well formatted for Amazon KDP. I can just use the KDP book category here and then either choose custom or choose one of the predefined templates or configurations. So in this case, I'm just going to go here. So I'm going to click on next, and this is going to be my storybook as a project title. And then I'm going to use paperback. I'm going to choose this Matte or glossy, depending on what you like. And then on the next, I'm going to choose the 8.5 by 8.5 inches. This is a good size for children's storybooks. And then in the interior, I'm just going to choose standard color ink and white paper. I'm choosing the color ink because we will have colorful illustrations inside our storybooks. Of course, if you would like to go with the premium ink, you can choose that one as well. When it comes to the pages, I would need pretty much 24 pages because I would like to have a book of 24 pages. And since I would like to have a specific layout where the illustration is on one side and then the text is on the other side, I'm going to actually need like 48. Right? I would say we don't care about the number because we can always create new pages as needed. So I'm just going to click on next here. And this is like just a recap for our project, and then create project. Once the project is created, it's opened in the editor. And as you can see, you have multiple ways on how to navigate. For example, you can click on pages to go like page by page layout. You can actually zoom in and zoom out and so on. So since we are going to create a children's storybook, what we need is the illustrator. So we have an illustrator here. I'm just going to go here. Instead of coloring, I'm going to use a storybook. Now it's a matter of providing a theme about your story. You can describe what you want, what the story is about. You can describe your characters if you're interested in specifying more details. You will have a better outline. In my case, I already kind of have an idea, so I'm just going to paste it here. And we are going to create this story, like a beautiful soft rhythmic story where a highly trending, cute animal character goes through a multi-step mindfulness routine and so on. So here I didn't specify like which animal would that be, but you can also be more specific and so on. So now we will let the AI generate that for us. And I'm going to enable generate cover image because when I design the cover later, I would like to have an image that they can just use. So I'm going to enable this one here. If you already have a cover, you don't need to create an image for it, so you can just disable this one. For the language, you have to choose your language. I'm going to stick to English for the sake of this demo, and you can also specify the age range. So I'm going to go with like 5 to 8, but you can specify the age here as well. Since I would like to have a story of 24 pages, I'm just going to do like 24 pages here. And now the image generation, you can choose between different like quality. So you have the 1K, you have 2K, and then you have 4K. For this demo, I'm just going to stick to the 1K. And then as you can see, we have different art styles, right? So we have really realistic, we have cartoon, we have fantasy, we have whimsical, we have vintage, and we have anime as well. So I think for this demo, what I'm going to do is probably go with the either anime or fantasy. Maybe I'm just going to go also with watercolor. So I'm just going to choose watercolor here. This gives us like that soft watercolor drawings. And now I'm going to click on create outline. So now the AI is going to actually create an outline for our story, and then we will be able to either change it, create a new one, or edit it before we move on. So let's wait for the AI to see what kind of story we're going to get. And here we go. So as you can see, we have the book cover. This is the image that we selected to generate, and it says like Flickr's Sleepy Secret. That's the book title pretty much. And then this is like the first page, and this is our story, right? So the moon picked in soft and round, but little Flicker could not sleep around, and so on. So this is the story. You read it through and see if there are any mistakes, or if you would like to change it, or if you are not happy with it, you can always go back and generate a new outline. For the sake of this demo, just to keep going, I'm just going to assume that, okay, everything is great. But again, always double check what the AI generates if you would like to really sell your book. It's not like you're just going to generate and rely on the AI and everything. No, AI is here to assist you, not to replace you. So be mindful of that and make sure that you actually check everything and that it makes sense. Otherwise, there is no point. All right, so now that we are happy, we validated that the story is nice, we are happy with our outline, we can just go ahead and click on Generate Remaining. This will pretty much generate all of the images, or you can just click on individual images to generate one by one. So since I would like to generate all of them, I'm just going to click on Generate Remaining. And as you can see now, all our images are getting generated. This could take some time, so depending on how busy our servers are, but as you can see, we already start seeing some of the images coming up here, which means you don't really have to wait until all of the images are being done, because you can exit, and then when you come back, you will be able to continue from where you left when all the images are available and ready to continue. So yeah, we have a couple of images being generated here. And now that all our images are generated, you can actually check them here. If you don't like the image, or if you see some weird stuff on the image, what you can do, you can always click on Regenerate to generate the image again. So yeah, this is also important. Please double check all of the images that are generated and make sure that they are actually looking good and there is no weird stuff happening, because again, this is AI. So make sure you get the correct look of the characters that we have. And so far they're looking good. So what we can do next is basically go to the layout. So click on this button here, next, and these are all our images that we have. And we have different type of layouts. So we have overlay top, which means that the text will be on top of the illustration and it will be placed on the top. And then overlay means that the text will be overlaid on top of the illustration, but it will be placed at the bottom. And this one is like side by side, which means that you will have the illustration on one page and the text on the other page. I'm going to actually choose this one, but you can actually decide on what you want. So the next thing we need to do is basically to answer where to add these images. You can either generate new images automatically, so it will create 24 pages for us, or we can just do here and select. So I'm gonna do 1 to 84. All right, and then click on add the illustrations. Actually, I'm gonna add some other pages because I would like to have a title and so on. All right. Then I'm gonna just click on add to pages. And as you can see now, our images have been added. This is actually the cover page, so we're gonna edit this one later on. But this is how it looks like. And actually we can go to the book cover here. And we have it like this is the first cover, and then this is our story start. So we have the illustration on the left side and we have the story text on the right side, and you can check and read the story. This looks really nice. Yeah, I can see like this image here, it looks more of a realistic image. So this one I didn't check it, but we could have caught that earlier and just regenerate the image, right? So these are the kind of things that I would like you to double check, because every time you use AI, it's not predictable. So you have to always double check what the AI produces, and yeah, make sure you correct them instead of like, yeah, selling a book that has these kind of discrepancies, right? Otherwise, everything looks perfect. So yeah, that was the only one image that we should have regenerated. But overall, the result is very great. All right. So I'm going to go back to the book editor here. And as you can see, this is our cover. So you can either leave it the way it is right now, or we can do some changes, right? And since this is our book title here, I'm just gonna copy it here. And now let's go and design our cover. So maybe I'm gonna remove this here. I'm gonna remove this one as well. And then what I can do is resize it and something like this. We can change the font actually to something nicer. Okay, this one looks better. So I'm gonna stick to this one and make sure that the text is centered, and then I'm gonna go to position, and I'm pretty much just do it like this, and it's in the middle. Just make sure it's in the middle of the page. So this will be like our interior page, right? Because then when we click here, this is the first page, and obviously we start with the story. All right. Now that we have our interior ready, here as well, what I can do, you can also like increase maybe the size and the font here, because this is for children books, right? So you can also just increase font size, and you can do this for all the pages. Also, you can just center it as well. And maybe we can just do here, apply to similar, so this will change the text everywhere. And then we have all of our texts being larger. And you can also be more creative, right? So these pages, you can add some sort of border, you can add some sort of a creativity to them, and so on. Yeah, this is our title that got changed as well. So I'm just gonna go back and put it here. All right. Now this is our interior. So what we need to do now is design the cover. So we can just go to the cover tab here, and I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. So this is the KDP cover template, and as you can see, we have multiple margins. The red one is the trim area, so this is where the cut will happen. And then we have the orange margin, which is the safe area. I don't know if you can see this, but there is this turquoise margins. That's basically the spine of the book. And this orange square here represents the barcode. So make sure to leave this area empty. And yeah, if you recall, when we created our illustration, we actually ticked the box to say that we would like to have a cover for our book. So what we can do now is just go to our media, and I'm going to just go to recent AI image generation, and we're going to choose our cover, right? We're going to choose this one as our cover image. So I'm just going to take it here. Make sure I will go all the way, because again, you need to go to extend so that when there is a cut, there is no these errors like production errors. All right, and on this side, I can basically also just right click here and change the background to something that's already exists on the page, so it blends within it. So this is our cover. And what we can do now is also just add our text. So I'm just going to add a header here, and this would be like our title. Yeah. So this is the title. And what I can do, I can try to use some effect maybe. So I'm going to change the font. What I can do is probably go to the elements here and choose this. Send it to the back. And I'm going to change this color to maybe change the opacity. So this is something you can use, but obviously you can always choose different way on how you would like to design your cover. And maybe what we can do now is actually go and add some copyright notice. So what I can do, I can just go to the text here, click on AI Writer, and I'm just going to create copyright notice for children picture book. Well, I didn't expect this. I would like to be more, I would like to have more. So I'm gonna regenerate again and see what I get. Yeah. Now I can use this text here. So maybe something you can put in here, and we just choose the color, white. To white. I obviously change the gear, but that's already how you can actually generate cover for your book. And once we are happy with our design and so on, what we can do is actually just export to upload to Amazon KDP. So for the cover, since we are on the cover page here, I'm just going to click on download. This will allow me to select what page I would like. So I'm just click on export here. And my PDF is ready. So I can just open it. And this is the cover I can upload to Amazon KDP. Again, be creative when it comes to cover, because this is the first thing the customers will see. So create some covers that are actually attractive. This is very simplified. It looks good, but it's still very simple. We can do better for sure. And then similarly to download your interior, you just go to the interior page here and click on download. And here you are able to select the pages that you would like to basically generate. So in this case, I'm just going to select this and go all the way to the last page. I'm going to leave this blank page as well at the end. So just going to do this and click on export. This could take some time as well, so you don't have to wait for it. You can always just click on notify me, and then once all the pages are rendered and generated, you will get a notification and you can just go back and download them. So we don't have to really wait for all these processes to finish. But as you can see, we are processing that fast, so you can just wait for it and then click on download. And this is our interior that we would like to upload to Amazon KDP. So that's it. That's how you can actually create children's storybooks in no times using Librava.ai. And as I mentioned, be creative, try out different things. You have all the features or all the functionality of the editor to actually edit your books to make them unique and to make them look better, instead of just generating without any creativity added by you. With that being said, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.